Ooh, yes, sir. Today's the day, boy. We finna get in it, boy. What you mean, bro? What we talking about today, bruh? Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. We getting deep. We getting deep. Man, just say it, man. You always be tripping, man. Talk. Bro. Alright, I'm gonna just say it. We're talking about pornography. No. Shut up. You freaking shut up. Shut your freaking mouth. Alright, so today's Testimony Tuesday is called My Scrap with Pornography. Yes. It's a scrap in every sense of the word. First and foremost, preface. This is my personal story. Everything that I'm going to talk about is my personal experiences. I don't want anybody to generalize what I'm saying. This is just what happened with me and things that went on in my personal story. So, taking it back to 8th grade, right? Started watching porn from a friend, a close friend of mine, my best friend. This was computer days, right? We didn't really have phones, so we did have phones, but it wasn't on them like that. So it was computers, right? So, first got hooked by watching it on the computer. Ever since then, bro, 8th grade, I'll never forget, man, my 8th grade birthday. I was watching it, I was masturbating at the time, and it was my birthday. My dad was gonna take me out to Taco Bell, take me out to eat. And I just told myself, like, Jimmy, today you're not gonna beat your meat, you're not gonna masturbate. And when I got home from Taco Bell, I beat my meat, and afterwards I felt so bad. And that's something that has been repeating itself throughout my life, right? With my history with pornography and masturbation, just shame, right? That looking in the mirror and saying, man, who am I? Why am I this way? And I really struggled with that. That followed me throughout high school, followed me throughout college, and I remember in college, I would just have days where I would be sad, right? I would masturbate, watch porn, and then afterwards, I would just be like, bro, I don't want to talk to nobody. Like, friends would invite me out. I'm like, yeah, I mean, I guess, but I wouldn't feel myself. I would feel so shameful, right? So guilty. And I didn't really understand the feeling. I just knew, at that point in my life too, I just felt like it was a bad thing, right? We hear that, hey, masturbation's a sin, right? At that point, I wasn't super religious. I'm not super religious now, but I wasn't. I knew God, I loved God, but I wasn't so close to God. But I guess knowing that masturbation was a sin made me feel bad, right? And there's also a lot of things that go to it as well. It's like, man, you're masturbating, but you're not with girls, where you could be with girls. You're a loser, you're lame, stuff like that. So I was struggling, right? Really struggled with it throughout most of college as well. And I believe that I tried. I definitely had the desire to want to stop, right? And there'll be times where I'm like, okay, I'm going to take a break, right? I never really had a set day in mind, but I'm like, I just want to stop, let me see how long I can go. Maybe a week, every once in a while. It may hit a month. I'm like, great, great months, and I'm doing great, and that would be amazing, But every time I would kind of watch it again and fall back in that pattern, I just remember the feeling. I can see myself now looking in the mirror and just being sad, right? Washing my hands, and then going back to my computer or my phone now and looking at the image. I'm like, why did I even do this, right? So this was an endless cycle, endless loop that went on throughout college. And it wasn't until I think my junior year in college where, man, I was really at a low point. I was very depressed. I can definitely say that. And I didn't want to deal with that anymore. I was tired of feeling that low, and I wanted to make changes in my life. But watching porn had such a strong hold on me, right? I could even call it an addiction. It had such a strong hold on me. I didn't know if it was even possible to let go. I had no idea. I had no, belief that I could stop doing that, but I wanted to give it a try so bad. But I was kind of like, it had me in a headlock. I'm not gonna lie to you. So junior year college, and I just remember being depressed. It was during Christmas break, and I just remember, I remember watching porn, and when I'm saying watch porn, I would watch it for hours. Like, I was in it. Like, that's what made it bad. Like, I would say I'm just gonna watch a clip. No, I would watch that joint for hours, just, wasting my life away doing this, right? So, I remember that Christmas break, junior years of college, I was at a low point, and I just didn't want to feel that same shame and guilt after watching a video. And so I just asked myself, like, Jimmy, like, if I have an old dad, and I just asked myself, yo, if your dad died today and you were to look at your life, you would be ashamed for all the hours you wasted watching pornography and masturbating when you could have been spending that time working on yourself, working on a plan, something else that's more productive. And that for me was it. That was the click. I was like, because I love my dad so much, then I will do my best to stop this and to make sure I'm, dedicating every hour of my life to something productive. And this was the shift for me that steered me away from masturbation and pornography. I really tapped into a power of love that gave me the strength to look away. But nothing else, not by my own merits, my own strength, my own love for myself, nothing was strong enough. But until I thought about losing my father, my dad, and thinking how I would look at my life, at that moment, would I feel like I gave my all? That gave me enough willpower to turn away. But I don't believe that's what kept me turned away. By God's grace in my life, after that, there were a series of, forces that, led me into a better direction. I ended up finding community, right? Community of people. These people were Christians, good people, God-fearing people that, really welcomed me with open arms. They didn't know about this, but, about my pornography addiction and watching and masturbation. But I believe finding a home, right? A church. It was a church for me. That was my community. And talking to people, good people, righteous people, made it easier for me to stay away. And it took my mind off of those things more and more. And as I began to, go to church, right, and fellowship, and hold on to that original, mission, which was, hey, I cannot waste my life doing this again. If my father died, I couldn't even look at myself. All of those things, right? It was a concoction that gave me the willpower to actually stop masturbating. And I'll tell you right now, I haven't watched porn or masturbated since. And the peace that I have in my life compared to the guilt and shame I felt right now is it's life-changing. And I never, ever, ever, ever would have thought it was possible because I was in so much of a headlock, right? And I say all that to say that, wow, right? Like going from one, one situation that's done, right? This is how it's gonna be. You're a human being, you're a man, you're always gonna lust. Two, you don't need. I haven't seen porn or watched or masturbated, and I'm okay in years. It has been amazing for me to see, and I think it's a testimony in the fact that my life changed from it. And I share this, and I share my personal experience to you and to anybody who's watching, regardless of your religion, regardless of your faith, regardless of where you are on your spiritual journey. And I hope you can take something from it, because I believe that everybody can relate to my story with my dad, right? That we feel that we can do something with our lives, and watching porn and masturbating, if we're being honest, afterwards, if it makes us feel low, right? I couldn't help this low feeling vibration. I hated it so much. But that does not have to be reality. Finding a way out and escape for me was holding on to love, right? That love was my dad. Love for my dad, and wanting to, live the best life that I can possibly can live for him. And I pose that question, what's yours, right? What's your love? And on top of that, who's your community, right? I think finding a community for me was everything. Finding a community of good people that will pour into me, that will, support me in my goals and everything. I think that changed everything. So, I want to end this Testimony Tuesday saying, hey, if you're in a situation similar to how I was, you feel like you're in a chokehold and you want to get out, but you don't see any way out. I promise you, there is a way out. There is an escape. And the escape route is love. You have to have it. You have to tap into love, and you have to believe that it is possible. I believe in you. I believe in you to be able to get out of that state and that situation. But I do want to just say, hey, I know how it is down there. It sucks. It's hard. You can get lost easily. But have faith, man. Believe that you can get out of there. I didn't want to make this Testimony Tuesday too long. It is already, so minutes. But thank you if you made it to the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching and going on this journey and experience with me. I hope that you got something positive from it. Again, we're all brothers, and we all go through a lot of the same things. Sometimes we need to talk about that struggle more. And I'm open if you guys want to hit me up, inbox me, DM me, comment, whatever it may be, and talk about your personal struggle and story. I'll love to listen. Until next time, it's Super Rainbow Fire. My name is Jim. I love all of you guys. Have a blessed rest of your week.